I'll say a few words if you just give me the time. These are my scars, the stain on my skin. They no longer hurts it. Yeah, now that you're with you, and I'm flying so high, I won't think until I die with you. It's all about tonight, and the stars are getting bright with you. No, yeah, with you tonight. Watching those stars as they shine, trying to guess their names and wasting time. But your eyes, they shine so bright in the sky at night. With you tonight, with you tonight, with you tonight.
Nanny McGee's with me.
Yes,
How are you,
I'm
Nanny
great.
McGee?
Absolutely
All right.
fantastic. Yeah.
What's it like now?
Oh, it's, I don't know, it's weird. It's a strange feeling knowing I'm not
Do you
just a
feel old?
mum, I'm a nana.
Do you feel old?
No,
I got away with asking that.
no, not yet.
Right, welcome to the studio to Richard and Janet. Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
And is this your first time on wireless?
Yes, it is, yeah.
We'll promise
Wireless.
on wireless.
It's a while since I've heard that,
There was a
wireless.
thing going round last night about 37 sentences that you wouldn't understand unless you were from Manchester. Did you see that? And one of them was, "Can I cadge your lift?" Do you know what I mean? Who doesn't know what that means, for God's sake? Can I cadge your lift? Do you know what I mean? Everybody knows what that is. But we're here to talk about your son and a annual festival that you have in his memory. That's called NiallFest, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about Niall and who Niall was, and let's have a flavour of what Niall was all about?
Yeah, and he was just a lovely, bubbly young lad, very, very caring, and loved his music. We used to go to rock concerts together, and he ended up going to music college and met up with some lads there. And
Is this rough-looking chap that's
Yeah.
beside you? He's not going to duff me up, is he, or anything like that? Do you know what?
Lovely, what are you talking
I think,
about?
you know what? I bet he knows who Lemmy is.
Lemmy.
Yeah, Lemmy. Yeah. Sorry, go on.
What's another story?
Yeah, and he met up with Richard and a few other lads, and they got a band together and just started gigging round Manchester, and they did Bolton, the Alma Inn in Bolton, and that, and they just became really good friends. And when Niall sadly passed away, Richard came to me and wanted to organise a charity event for called Now, and I come up with the name NiallFest, and it's just gone on from there every year. It's just got bigger and better every year. We've had great support from friends and family.
So how long's it been running now?
This will be the sixth one. Niall passed away in February 2011,
Right.
and we had one in the April that year, and then we've had one February every year after, so this will be the sixth one, yeah.
And it's up at Earlham Catholic Club, isn't it?
That's right, yeah.
We'll talk a bit about Niall as well, because I mean he passed in tragic circumstances at work, didn't he?
Yes, he did, yeah.
Was that with a forklift?
Yeah. He was lifted 70 metres up in the air and crushed on a ceiling pipe.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right, so if we can just come in and we'll say hello to Richard. I don't think he really is Lemmy, is he? He's not Lemmy reincarnated, is he? But I'll tell you, I'll tell you now, without a shadow of a doubt and any form of contradiction, you don't like Justin Bieber. No.
He's not too bad.
I can tell. Richard, you went to college with Niall, didn't you? And you met Niall at college, was it?
Yeah.
Tell me about this special friendship you had.
I don't know, there was just something about him. Everyone was always drawn to him. It was just, there's Niall. Let's go chat to Niall.
And were you both studying music at the time?
Yeah, we were both in the same classes and
decided to form a band as you do.
yeah, we were pretty much, when it was college time, we were together all time through college.
So, and you're the organiser behind NiallFest, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so that we'll chat a bit about that and see if we can get any way we can find that we can get some help for you and some support. We're going to take a piece of music, and today the music is brought to you by the letter R. Right, so I'm going to go back to Janet and Richard, and we're talking about NiallFest, which is going to take place on the 13th of Feb. So, Richard, how do you go about organising something like that?
Pretty much just book a date and then go onto the internet to find your bands.
How many have you managed to find?
This year we've had just under 50 bands apply.
Wow.
And we've had to narrow that down to 6.
Right.
Maybe 7.
So it's time, really. Really, I suppose you're getting bigger now, aren't you? You need a bigger venue, really. And we need to look at where that's going to be. I mean, I know where your venue is, and it's a fantastic place, the Earlham Catholic Club. Love it to bits. But maybe you need to be looking at get maybe more of these bands on stage, because I know we've got Boatfest coming up in the summer up in Earlham, and you won't believe how many people want to play at Boatfest. It's just, you know what I mean, we could have a stage there for a week and still not satisfy them all. So it's very, very difficult, but it's also, I think it is great that people want to be involved in stuff like this for raising money. They're not getting up there for ego, they're actually doing it to raise money, which is fabulous. And obviously the more that's raised in Niall's name, I mean, one of the interesting things about you and NiallFest is it's not for the same thing all the time, is it?
No, every year the money goes somewhere different.
And this year who have you selected?
Guide dogs for the blind, to train them.
Now I know they cost a bomb to train them, don't they? Cost an arm and a leg.
60 grand.
Wow. And 60 grand. I mean, what do you need to do to raise 60 grand? How can we help?
Just spread the word as much as we can.
Get Gina to sing.
I'm a singer now, you know.
She's a singer now, Yeah, she's a proper singer now. Does all that singing stuff. Yeah. Gina's the singer. So yeah, I mean, well, I know my good friend over there, JB Barrington, is listening in York. He always does. Good old JB. Salford's #1 poet. Maybe we could get a poem out of him or something like that. But JB might write you a poem. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Good old JB Barrington. And if you've got anybody out there who's got anything that you could donate, because raffles are amazing, aren't they? You can make loads of money on raffles and stuff like that.
We made loads from our raffle last year.
I think the secret also is, like you said, about the expansion now. You've got that many people that are wanting to play.
Yeah.
I know it's not there on the club, but, it means to raise more money and, for charity, you're going to really have to think about expanding.
Jess
Definitely.
Kemp, if you're listening, get it sorted, girls. You know what I'm on about. So, yeah. Right, tell me a little bit about then how the band progressed and who else was in the band with Niall up to the time when sadly you lost him.
Well, it originally just started out as just a few friends, just messing around, just getting their instruments, playing around.
Right, you know what? I'm going to play a piece of music, and I'm going to ask our studio manager to look at the mic, because you're drifting off mic here, and we'll see what we can do to get a better sounding you. I bet you've not been said that to me before, have you? A better sounding you.
Yeah, we'll
see if Chris can have a look at these things and see what's happening, because that mic hasn't it's died and gone to heaven.
No, it's not.
Right now we're back talking to Richard and Janet. Richard, you've got the bands that are going to play there, haven't you?
Yes.
And do we know any of them? We know one, don't we?
Yeah, Even When Dead. The ones that always play every year.
Right.
Jess Kemp.
Jess,
she's there every year.
Jess.
We've got a band called Fight for Friday.
You're right.
Like a pop punk sort of band. Revolution in Paradise. They're the band that we taken from Earlham High School. Nicosia, they're like a gent-ish metal band. And then Fractures.
Now, I presume you're playing yourself.
Yes.
And what's your band called?
Even When Dead.
Even When Dead. Now, is that the band that you formed with Niall?
Yeah.
Right. So obviously, I mean, when you lose somebody from the band, it's very difficult, isn't it, to find out how you're going to replace that person.
Yeah.
And obviously, it was a sad time as well. But the band has gone on, and you do this every year in Niall's memory.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, Janet, I mean, you're into the heavy metal as well, so you know who Lemmy is, don't you?
Oh, of course I do, yeah.
And what is it about that sort of genre of music that attracted you? Was it Niall that led you there?
No. From being 14, 15, my first concert I went to in Birmingham was Rush, and
Right.
I was 16. I just love the energy, and I just love the music. It's great, and when I'm feeling down, I put it on and it makes me feel better.
So, when you're doing NiallFest and you're talking about Niall, I mean, obviously, I think it's great that you keep Niall's memory alive, but to actually put these things on, and I know this for a fact, it takes a massive amount of support, organisation. At the stage yet where you're turning stuff away for raffles or prizes or anything that you can put towards the night, are you? Because it's all for a good cause.
Yeah,
and the guide
definitely.
dogs.
Yeah, definitely. Anybody out there who great, the more money we can raise for the guide dogs for the blind, the better, really. Each year when we've done NiallFest, we've raised more money every year. So hopefully we'll raise more than we did last year.
And what did you make last year?
£1,050 it was.
It's not bad at all, that, is it?
No, for a night.
It's not bad for the night. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind getting paid that for Anna.
Yeah.
Paid that for the night. But yeah, and 13th of February,
Yeah,
Earlham
13th of
Catholic Club.
February. Yeah.
Tickets still on sale.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Where can we get them from?
Online or
from any of us.
or any of me or Richard.
And what's the online address? Do we know that?
It'll be on the Facebook page. It's a Weebly account that goes through to a extra NiallFest page.
Right. So if somebody wants to find you on Facebook now, what are they typing in?
Just type in NiallFest.
And that's NiallFest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
NiallFest, and it'll pop up. And you can donate there. You can offer to help there.
Just get in touch there on that page. Yeah. Someone will be in touch within the next 5 minutes as soon as you send a
That's
message.
fantastic. He's got somebody. He's got. Do you know what you got to say? Say, don't say somebody will be in touch. Say, we have staff manning the line.
he'll be there doing his little no.
So you got things happening there, and anybody can get involved in it. I want to talk to you a little bit about what Niall was like as a person. So we'll take a little bit of music, give you a little bit of break, then we're going to come back and I want to talk about your relationship with Niall and what Niall was like as a person. Because at 18, it's no age to pass, is it? It's very young, isn't it? I mean, he's just starting out, really. So, and I've also got something to talk about, which is fabulous, absolutely fabulous guitar. All right, which I've got to try and describe it, so it's not easy.
these bullets rarely pierce the flesh, they merely ricochet. But I still have my down days. So I retreat back to where it all began, to sharpen my bloody tools and fight again. Now these four walls no longer seem like a cage. I do not mind my down days. Woo! I admit that before I sleep I feel like life is in vain. Like, what's the point in anything if we all end up as greats? But I will gain my immortality from the choices I make. And people will know my name by my final down day. Yeah!
With Richard and Janet. Richard, I want to ask you what was it like, the relationship you had with Niall, and what it was like that day that you found out about the accident.
Well, the relationship we had with Niall, like I was saying before, he was just one of them kids that everyone was drawn to. Yeah, we used to just sit at mine and just listen to music. Like, there was never anything of let's put this on, let's listen. It was all just what came on was always good, and we always listened to it.
So when did the day come? What was that serendipity moment when you decided we're going to form a band?
Well, it started with my old band when we were just messing about in college, and we'd just practice and use the rehearsal rooms in the college. And Niall would just come in and sit in and listen to us. And then just from watching us over the space of a few weeks and months, he just started joining in and jamming along with us. And then
it went from there, really.
It literally just went from there. We were just like, yeah.
So I mean,
join.
If you go back to the day of the accident and when you found out what had happened with Niall, I mean, I can't even imagine what went through your head.
To be honest, I thought it was like a joke at first, because someone like our vocalist just rang me to tell me, and I was like, nah,
not happening.
No. And then saw it all over Facebook.
Strange way to find it, but I mean, that's what we live with. Social media does everything.
Find everything over social media these days.
I can't believe the things I find out on social media. But of course, that you'd had quite a close relationship with him, and you decided then that you'd take NiallFest to another level, really. And obviously Janet at this point didn't know anything about NiallFest that was in your mind, so you had to go and explain that to her. What was that like?
Nowhere near as hard as you'd think. I just suggested doing a show in memory of Niall, and she was game for it.
Up for it. And
Janet,
I mean, what was it like for you? If I can take you back to that sad time when you heard, how did you take that news? How do you deal with that?
Well, when Richard asked about the NiallFest.
No, when they told you Niall had this accident at work.
Oh, well, accident. It's funny because I actually work at the hospital, and I was on my way home, and Niall's ambulance passed us at the lights. We had to pull over, and before I even got home, I got a phone.
You didn't know it was him?
No, I didn't know it was him at the time. And before we got home, I had a phone call to say he'd had an accident, but he was okay. So I went. I car shared at that time, and I was with my friend. So she took me home, and I got my car, picked my husband up from his works, and then we went straight back to the hospital. And now we spoke to him. He was in a lot of pain, and he was like a bit confused, and the nurse gave him some morphine to calm him down, and you know, he had an X-ray and they said there's nothing broken, and then they did a scan, and that's when they found our fluid in his abdomen. So they just prepped him straight away for theatre. Me and my husband, you know, gave him a kiss and said we loved him, and I never forget him saying, "Dad, don't mess with my phone. I've only got one bar on it, and I've left my charger at work."
Priorities there.
You know, and he said, "I need it later because I'm going to James's." This is his friend.
Yeah.
And obviously we gave him a kiss. He went down to theatre, and 8 hours later we got the news that he'd passed away. It was just devastating. It was unreal, you know. But they were so lovely at the hospital, the doctors and nurses, and I know they fought to save him. They couldn't have done any more than what they did. They got 3 special surgeons from the northwest to come and help. I think it was a pancreas surgeon, a kidney surgeon, and a liver surgeon from other hospitals, and so I know there was no more they could do, and they did the best by him, and I thank them for that, because they tried the best, but obviously his injuries were unsavable. But it's funny because I go to work every day, and sometimes when I go up to the pathology labs and I walk on that blue floor, it just, you get like a flashbacks of that night, you know. But now was a really strong, happy, free-spirited young man, and I think of him and I smile, because, you know, he brightens up, he brightened up everybody's life. He was just such a special young man. So,
I mean, you know, he's in a good place now.
yeah.
Difficult days to deal with, though, and difficult to get your head round, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I think it's so much harder because he died like on the 4th of February, and it was his 18th birthday on the 6th of February, and then his funeral was on the 28th of February, so it was all in 1 month. So February is a significant month for us, but like when Richard approached me about doing this NiallFest, I just thought it was so humbling, and because even though me and my husband and my son and my stepdaughter had lost the brother, and we lost a son, they also lost a very good friend as well. So, you know, I just thought it was a humbling thing to do, and I'm just, in a way, Niall dying, it was so tragic, but a lot of good's come out of it since, because I've met some lovely young lads that I probably would never have met in the same way, and they do him proud, you know. He'll be floating around up there thinking it's wicked having a mini festival named after him.
I'm sure he will, and I think, you know, it's a credit to Richard and the rest of the young people. I mean, but then all of a sudden, you know, in the midst of all this, probably as you're trying to get your head around it all, you've got this fella banging on the door. Can I come in? Is that the one? And obviously he come to you with this idea of the NiallFest, and that was 6 years ago. Now I'm going to be cheeky and I'm going to ask, I mean, you've done 6 probably different charities now, and you, how much have you raised now in Niall's name?
Oh God, what?
That's a total.
Must be.
Yeah, roughly.
I'd imagine near the five grand mark.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad legacy, is it, really? And he lives on, as it were.
Yeah, because the first year it was like, obviously it was, Richard had never done anything like this before, and none of us had, so it was like a bit of a learning curve. And I think we raised something like, was it about £460, and then each year.
To the army, that one.
Yeah, the Help for Heroes, and then obviously each year it went up and up and up, and so I think we did one for the Police Benevolent Fund for the 2 police officers that were killed in Salford, and that was near on the 900 mark. So, you know, we've got to be proud of ourselves for what we do.
Very proud.
Very proud.
You've done fantastic, really, haven't you?
Yeah.
I mean...
And none of this would have happened only for Richard coming to me. He's a lovely, sweet lad.
He is, actually. I mean...
I don't know, looking at him.
No,
no, he's lovely.
Looks can be deceiving.
I'm joking, he's lovely.
What's really nice
Absolutely.
is you know... so much we get young people who are criticised, called, they don't know what's going on in the world, and then you meet people like Richard, and like when you get to actually speak with some of these young people and actually get to know young people, and I work with young people, they are actually our future, and there's a lot of decent people in there, and of course I'm biased anyway, but I think Salford's a fantastic town. I was born in it, and it's full of great people, so I'm sure you're going to have a fabulous night down at the Earlham Catholic Club on the 13th of February. We're going to take a little break, we'll back some music, and we'll be back after that. Back with Janet and Richard, and we're chatting about Niall, your son, who sadly lost his life in an accident at work, and when he was 18 years of age.
Well, 2 days before.
2 days before 18th birthday, and of course, was you aware of like the network of young people and friends that he had around him?
Yeah, I knew he was a popular young man because like Richard said, he was just one of them. Everybody liked him. He didn't have any enemies. He just didn't, and he didn't like bullies. He looked after people. He was a gentle giant, and he was a very popular young man. And of course, he was a guitar player, wasn't he?
Yes,
he was. Yeah.
Where did he learn that then? Where did that come from?
Well, I played guitar when I was younger. Like I was classically trained from being at 12 years of age. And then my husband bought me a guitar when I was 14.
As you do.
Yeah, plonked along with that. And then, but to be honest with you, since Niall's death, I've not played it. But he just got into the same music as me, and he said, I want to learn the guitar. So he started having lessons at school through Mappers. and we bought him a guitar, and then we got him a private tutor, and he just progressed from there. But like with me, when I play my guitar, I'd have to have a piece of music in front of me. But with Niall, he'd just watch somebody for 5-10 minutes and then play it. And I used to think, I can't do that, but he could. He just, sometimes you struggle with reading the music, because sometimes it's very mathematical. You've got to break music notes down and that. But he'd just watch someone or listen to a tune and then be able to pick the guitar.
He had a
up
good
and play
ear.
it, yeah.
He had a good ear for music.
But
My instinct tells me that you were bought the guitar for a reason, so pick it up and play it.
I know. I will. I've got a string broke on it. I need Richard to come round and fix it for me.
Well, we're witnesses to that, so Richard.
I'm trying to think now. Who was it? James Morrison that had a song Broken Strings or something? Something like that, yeah.
I can do it myself, but I can't. I've not got the ear for tuning it myself. I have to get
Well, I can tell you can do it on your phone now. You can get an app. Yeah, and you can tune it. I've tuned mine at home with the app. It sounds like a dead cat when you're finished, but you can actually tune it with the app if you understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
And apparently it's very, very simple. But yeah, get an app and get it tuned, get playing it. That's what you should
Once
be
I get
doing.
the top string tuned in, I can tune the rest off that through. You can do it like harmonically, tune it to get the same sound. I know how to do that, but it's just getting the right string tuned.
And it's about there's a love of rock and roll there, isn't there? And
Yeah.
I mean, there's a thing going around on Facebook, and I'm sure if you're listening out there, you'll have seen it. And it's got a picture of David Bowie and a picture of Lemmy, and it says, back in the day, we paid for music and got these, and then underneath, you download it and you get these, and there's pictures of Justin Bieber and all these people that, I call them plastic stars who won't be here in 4 or 5 years. And you look at what's out there now, and you've got very few stadium fillers left, I think, and big names. These artists that are coming through now, they won't be here in 4 or 5 years' time. So, pick up an instrument and learn to play it and serve your time, serve your trade, as Niall was doing, wasn't it? And I'm sure he would have gone on to better things, bigger and better things.
Yeah, because he learnt the bass as well, because he played bass in the band, didn't he, a couple of times?
Yeah, it was in the college band.
Yeah, so he played like rhythm guitar as well as bass. I think he had to go on the drums, but I don't think he could get his coordination right.
We're with Janet and Richard, and we're talking about NiallFest and a wonderful young man called Niall, and we'll be talking for the rest of the show through till 12 o'clock.
Change, you don't want it no more. You're surplus to requirements. Sitting on your ass will get you out the door. So shut your mouth, cause you're wasting my time. We don't fuck around, we don't need someone like you. That's just the way life is. So don't try and knock on our door because you're out of luck. Just give me one more chance. Just give me one more chance. You don't seem to know what this means to me. You're just wasting my time and I need you to leave. It's just fun and it don't matter, that's your philosophy. We don't need you anymore, 'cause you're not good enough, don't you see? This is gonna stop, you're not needed no more. You're surplus to requirements. You asked for a chance and another and one more. Well, it's time we changed our minds. We don't fuck around, we don't need someone like you. It's just the way life is. So don't try and knock on our door because you're out of luck. Just give me one more chance. Just give me one more chance. You don't seem to know what this means to me. You're just wasting my time and I need you to leave. It's just fun and it don't matter, that's your philosophy. We don't need you anymore, 'cause you're not good enough, don't you see?
I want to talk to you. This is going to be really, really difficult because I'm going to try and describe. It's a bit like a game show, really, isn't it? Where you don't know what's behind the curtain. This is a guitar. So I want you to picture an electric guitar, right? And the actual bit where all the gubbins works at the bottom, right? You would be thinking something like Alvin Stardust would have that type of thing. It's like a rocket thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this guitar is actually made up of pictures of Niall, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about the guitar, what it is for start off, because I don't know a lot about guitars other than that they're great.
Yeah, it's a BC Rich Warlock guitar.
Right.
Niall actually had the BC Rich War Beast Deluxe version himself, which Mick Thompson out of Slipknot, his favourite guitarist, has, and I think that's why he wanted this guitar. And a friend of ours very kindly had this guitar made and customed for a present for me and Niall's dad in memory of Niall, and it's beautiful. It's like I say, it's the BC Rich Warlock, and it's on the front of it. It's got all photographs of Niall, some with his band members, one with his brother Liam, one with one of his friends Kirsty, and it's just lovely. It's just like a collage of pictures of his young life.
And it's better than a photograph, isn't it?
It is, yeah, and it stands very proudly in my living room. And he also had a pick made, and it's got Niall's name on the pick.
Right.
So it's a lovely gift from Steve Bailey. Very thoughtful.
I've got to ask you, because I have that. I'm this type. That's how my head works. You see, have you played it?
I've not. No. Richard's had a little tinkle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you keep this on Pride of Place. I'm assuming. I mean, I'm probably guessing here, but I'm assuming that when NiallFest is on, that will be on stage.
It will be, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So everyone can have a good look at it then, yeah.
And you're going to do that on the 13th of February. We'll keep reminding you about it. You can go to NiallFest on Facebook and have a look at that. Put NiallFest in, it'll tell you all about it. It's down at Earlham Catholic Club. Jolly decent place, that is. I like Earlham Catholic Club. And you've got Jess Kemp and a host of other bands who I can't even remember, but Richard will remind us again. Tell us who's down there, Richard.
This year we've got Jess Kemp, Fight for Friday, Revolution in Paradise, Fractures, and Nicosia.
So you got 6 bands on
And
there.
themselves.
And
themselves.
Niall's band even.
Yeah. Are you topping the bill?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, yeah. It'd be bobbins if you went on first, wouldn't it? And how much is it to get in? Tell us what.
The tickets will be £5 or £6 on the door.
That's not bad at all. It's £1 a band.
Should be a tenner, at least, definitely.
To get in for 6 bands. I mean, that's fantastic, isn't it? You've not done this. I know you have organised it, but you've not done it entirely alone, have you? You've got some people who've been working hard with it. You want to say thanks to?
Yes.
She's got a list. I like a girl with a list.
What I wrote down this morning.
Unless she's in Tesco.
I'd like to thank Kingsland's Wines and Spirits for their kind cash donation of £200 and 2 cases of wine to raffle on the night. And that's also where my husband works. And Stuart Pendlebury from Salford Reds Lottery. Thank you for your help with the gifts and that, for the donations for the raffle. We've got a £50 booth at Walkabout in Manchester, with also £50 vouchers to spend on either food or drink, and also a signed rugby ball from Salford Reds, tickets for a game and a shirt, and that's just up to now. Also, Callahan's Cleaning Services has donated a cash prize of £50, and a kind patient in dermatology on Wednesday, a lovely lady. She was asking me all about NiallFest, and she gave me a sweet £5 donation, which I thought was really nice of her. And also Zoe Rimmer, who's my tattoo artist, and she works for Studio IX in Manchester, and she is donating a tattoo, and also her boss Liam is also donating a tattoo for the raffle as well, and the guys from the tattoo place are also got other things they're going to be donating for the raffle as well. So I'd like to thank you all, And like I say, anybody else who's up for a donation in any way, shape or form, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
And I've got to tell you as well, it won't be, I mean, if you're thinking, oh, it'll be all that head banging and heavy metal and that, it's not like that heavy metal.
No.
I don't mean where the terminology, I think so somewhere along the line, I'm sure that Kiss had a hand in generating that terminology. But heavy metal really basically is just heavy rock and roll, and that's what it is, and it's all about rock and roll. So do go down, and you will have a good night down there, because you've had over 50 bands, haven't you, to apply, and you've had to narrow it down to 6.
We had to go through them all. It was about 3 weeks ago. I just sat through, listened to all the bands that wanted to play.
And he didn't get picked. He hasn't made your CD as a T coaster or anything like that. He's just put you in another pile saying pending, really good, haven't you?
Well, if we could have them all play them, we really would. We won't have applications. We just have you put your name down and you'll be playing. But because we only have it for the day, we can't get everyone.
And are the guide dog people, are they coming along as well?
I'm not too sure. Janet will know that one.
Yeah, I have been in touch with them, and they've emailed me back to say they're going to send me information about how they can help and maybe get donation buckets down. So I'm just waiting on hearing from them again, but I have spoken to them in the week.
Excellent.
I'm falling behind, I'm losing sleep, almost suffocating. I gotta go outside, I think I'm losing my mind, I feel isolated. I can't concentrate 'cause of you, I'm a classroom casualty. It's hard to pay attention when you're in the room. I don't wanna go home, I wanna be here with you. People think I'm crazy. I feel like when I'm alone, my brain will explode. I'm a social baby. I can't concentrate 'cause of you. I'm a classroom casualty. It's hard to pay attention when you're in the room. My head is gonna explode from this pain that I am feeling. You're the life support that's keeping me alive, and they're taking you away. I can't concentrate 'cause of you. I'm a classroom casualty. It's hard to pay attention when you're in the room. I can't concentrate 'cause of you. I'm a classroom casualty. It's hard to pay attention when you're in the room.
Chatting about NiallFest and what's going on up at Earlham on the 13th of Feb. A lot of people getting involved in making this happen. What do you think Niall would say? Do you think he'd be happy with the way it's coming together? Or do you think he'd be saying, oh no, you need to be doing that different?
I honestly don't know.
Would he approve of your choices?
Probably for some of the bands, no. I reckon he'd just find it more awkward having something named after him than anything. I think
Very down to earth lad.
Yeah, I think once he'd get past that, he'd just enjoy himself like the rest of his friends do.
So we talk about the charity side of it. So I know it's for the guide dogs for the blind. How do you actually decide what charity it's going to be for each year? Because I know it's quite difficult, isn't it, really? Because there's that many charities out there.
Yeah, which I just I think about it and I chat with the lads and my family, and it's always like the first year it was for Help for Heroes, because my older son Liam was in the army for 8 years, so it was something that I was connected to in that way. And then the one for the Police Benevolent Fund was because we've had so much support from the Greater Manchester Police since Niall's passing. We just felt like we wanted to give something back that way, and that was another. It was St Anne's Hospice we raised money for as well, because Ian's mum, my husband's mum, and Niall's grandma was in there and passed away a couple of years ago in the hospice, so that was something that was close to our hearts as well. And then it was actually Richard last year who wanted to donate to the Earlham College, because the music department, because that again, Niall spent a lot of his time there. When he was, during any breaks he had, he'd go early in the morning and finish late just to be in the music block. So we just wanted to give something back there for children that maybe not, parents aren't as fortunate to buy the children instruments like me and Niall's dad were. We could buy his instruments, but some families can't, so we just wanted to give something back there so children can learn a musical instrument if they want and don't feel like they can't because the parents can't afford it. So and it was a good idea of Richard's to do that, really. So yeah,
I think it's something that needs to be mentioned, that Earlham is one of the few places I know where they actively seek to teach music in schools. And a lot of places in Salford and Greater Manchester, music seems to be dropping off the curriculum, whereas they've got, you know, they teach them the drums up there, they teach them to play instruments up there in Earlham, and, you know, they're kind of like a bit of a pace setter now, because other areas of Greater Manchester and Salford, it's dropped away from the curriculum.
Yeah.
You go round now, and if you're driving down, you know, you're driving round, you're watching kids, they're all going off to school. Back in the day, there used to be all be carting guitars on the backs and you know, clarinets. And
Ours
everything.
was violins.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have been made to play the violin.
I played the Death of the Recorder.
The recorder. Well, it was funny. You had a laugh last night. I was explaining to my husband and how it sounded when you were playing the violin when you were learning. You know that.
And that's it. And, you know, it's all. I think it's all gone wrong. We don't even have the Alpine Pop Man anymore. I don't know what's going on. We'll take another piece of music, which will be we'll call it in NiallFest mode, really, I suppose.
There's nothing you
And that was a type of music that inspired Niall, wasn't it? And,
yes, it was. Yeah,
brought him forward as a young man. And we want to look past what was a tragic day, because Niall's been gone now. How long? 6 years.
Well, no, it'd be 5 years in February. Yeah,
and that is it's testimony to his memory. You're raising £1,000 a year, aren't you? Really, on average.
Yeah, roundabout. Yeah.
So I mean, how do you think he'd feel about that? Do you think he'd be embarrassed, or do you think he'd be going, Mom?
He'd probably go, Mom. He would, but like Richard said, when he'd sit and think about it, he'd probably be quite pleased with himself. You know, that we've all rallied round and done well by him. And it's not just that; it's keeping his memory alive as well. I don't think anybody will really forget him, but it's just nice to keep that memory of him.
No, I don't think anybody will forget him. I think it's a great testimony to your love of him and keeping his memory alive. And it'd be nice, you know. Obviously, we will help you any way we can. You know how to get in touch with us now. Just shout us on it if we can help you in any way. We're more than happy to do that. And it's great that you've got. I mean, when you start to actually think about this, you've got 50 bands applying to be part of this.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to pinch yourself really and say 50 bands. You know what I mean? It's not like 4 or 5 or 6. It's 50 bands that want to get involved in it, and that's testimony obviously to his popularity and his memory. The guitar, I can't even do justice by beginning to try and describe it really. So what I think we're going to do with that, we're going to photograph it and we'll put it up on the website, I think, and that way you'll be able to go and have a look at it, because I couldn't really begin to I wouldn't know where to start really. It looks a bit like Alvin Stardust guitar, but it's probably nothing like it. You know what I mean? Of course, Alvin had a great guitar.
Yeah, he did. I remember.
And he had a leather glove and everything. I remember Alvin Stardust. A lovely lad. So, what's the future hold now? Where's it going now? I mean, obviously, the problem you get is, and I'm sure if anybody's listening in Earlham, they know exactly what I mean. Earlham Catholic Club, done fantastic, been brilliant. You reach a point where you're going to outgrow it.
Yeah.
Or you're going to have to make it a 2-day event. And by the sounds of it, you're fast approaching that. Have you considered that?
Yeah, we've talked about it. We spoke about maybe having it outside, but we had problems with the houses that are around it, because it is quite a noisy venue. But I'm sure we could speak to Dave, who's the steward there, and maybe do a 2-day gig where we could have more bands. And that'd be awesome, wouldn't it? Yeah,
I think so. I mean, maybe it's something you could look at next year. Really extending. I mean, it's probably more work for Richard, but I mean, I actually get the impression that you enjoy it, Richard.
Yeah, it's worth every minute that I put into it, and you get to find and listen to some amazing bands that are out there that we wouldn't find any other way normally.
And then obviously you've got the fundraising. I mean, taking us through your instant diary. When do you start actually putting NiallFest together?
As soon as it finished. As soon as I get home the next day and recover.
It starts again, doesn't it?
It starts again.
Advertisements
for the next year's bands go out. And yeah, pretty much from day one.
If you can help these guys in any way, shape or form, please contact us, studio@salfordcityradio.org. Alternatively, send us a message on SCR, followed by your message to 60777. Text costs your standard network rate. None of that Ant and Deck stuff here. It's only going to cost you 10p. Give us a shout if you can help them, or if you've got anything you'd like to donate. I'm sure they will be very appreciative.
Nothing but us without a fee. Only for you and me. It's done for me, it's done for you. Pay the price, you pay the fall. Nothing we want is what we need. Something we're bound to see. A place for you, you wanted the same. That's why we're all to blame. It's not throwing the same.
all is over. Now's the time for action. Those ideas have been tested, and they have failed. It's all fucking.
So, and of course, this wonderful guitar, which you've got to see to believe, which we shall put up on the website and let people have a look at that, because it's fantastic. And I do want to say, I mean, Richard was saying there, the actual guy didn't charge for this, did he?
No.
He done this free of charge once you told him what it was all about.
Yeah, as soon as Steve mentioned why he wanted it done and told him about Niall, the guy refused for payment and was just saying that it's such a nice thing to be done, and that not many people would go out of the way to do something like this.
Exactly. Fair play to that man. Well done. And I've got to say, he's done a cracking job of it, hasn't he? I mean, sometimes when you get these images and they pixelate and they don't look right and everything, but he's done a great job.
It's a lovely
It's a lovely piece of work, and miles better than a photograph. And you don't need a glass case or nothing like that to put it on, do you? So brilliant guitar. I'm going to call it an Alvin Stardust type guitar, but you'll see what it is when you see it. It's got got horns on the top, hasn't it? Yeah, so it's like a proper
shape.
It's a proper heavy metal guitar. And obviously, get down, support these guys on the 13th of February. Give them all the support you can. If you can donate anything, contact us here at the studio or contact them on Facebook at NiallFest. And let's hope it's a good night and you raise loads of money for the
I'm sure it'll be
dogs.
brilliant.
It'll be brilliant, yeah. So we'll chat to you before you go. We'll just take a piece of music.
Take my guitar, find out where you are. It's not too late to play in your face. Tell all your friends you're a star. Behind your back, then all your mates communicating over the phone. And all you do is abbreviate. Tell all these girls you take them home. By the end of the night, you're a drunken stay. You know you're gonna have to socks to the other side for a drink and some tavern. Not his usual place to hide. He got talking to this girl, told her all about his world. Took a seat in the furthest booth. No surprise that it's being smooth. Oh no, oh yeah, he's playing it cool. Till we leave.
bad times hit, it feels like the oxygen has left the room. Well, it sort of feels like that, but every inch of positivity has been drained from everything I do. It doesn't feel like I'm sad, just more confused. Instead of finding direction, I just walk in circles, staring at my shoes. I think I jumped the gun. No sign on this dotted line saying that this would just be for fun. My heart up and close shop to bathe in the belly acid of my gut. Now I'm stuck, feeling things I don't think I should. It doesn't feel like I'm sad, just more confused. So instead of finding direction, I just walk in circles, staring at my shoes. I think I jumped the gun. And if you don't want it, I can hit the road and never come back. But if you think that I'm the kind of guy that you could stomach, I'll be gone, but I'll come home anytime I can. But it doesn't seem like you want that. I think I jumped the gun.
Right, before we go, we've just got a couple of last announcements from Janet and Richard. And thanks very much for joining us today. It's been good having you. I hope you've enjoyed the experience.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And we normally normally work a lot harder than this.
It's been a lovely day. Yeah,
It's not all fun. It's very hard work.
lovely.
We normally work very hard here. And we've done fantastic. It's flown by. So you want to tell us about wristbands, don't you?
Yeah, we've had some wristbands made. Obviously, the money we raise will go to the guide dogs for the blind as well. They're just a plain black with NiallFest on it and the devil's horns, because the devil's horns are always out in our house. So I'll be bringing them along on the night, and they're £2.50 each. So I just wanted to put that out. So if anybody wants one, just come and see one of us.
Again, just to raise
there.
awareness,
Yeah,
and also just to raise that bit of extra money.
Yeah, definitely.
Lovely.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's fantastic to keep this young lad's memory alive and remember what he stood for and everything that he stood for, which is actually emulated and shown by those that love him, that are left behind, who are carrying that on. So all the best to Janet and Richard, and thank you very much for joining us today.